Photography chat with Merlin. Photography chat with Merlin.
Welcome to another episode of the Photography Chat. We're season 3, episode 17 with Sara Button joining us from Marfa, Texas. You want to take a moment to introduce yourself, Sara?
Hi, my name is Sara. I live in Marfa, Texas, and I own a film shop out here called Marfa Film Shop.
That's exciting. And how long have you been running the Marfa Film Shop for now?
We opened our doors last October, and going pretty strong ever since then. We don't ship any film out or any cameras, just like the t-shirts and merch. So we can make sure that the people who come through and the people who live in town have a steady stream of camera accessories and film and stuff like that.
That's awesome. So is there a lot of locals that come and frequent it, or is it mostly just like hipsters traveling through Marfa?
There's a lot of both. There's so many people in town, though, like people who live here regularly, who shoot film, people who have dark rooms inside of their homes and stuff like that. It's pretty incredible.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And what?
So, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just kind of curious because originally you were out in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Denton area. What drew you out to Marfa?
Well, not to bring the chat down or anything, but I had moved back to East Texas briefly in 2017, right before my father passed away, to help my mom raise my 2 nephews. And I was living out in Lufkin with her, and we decided to get the hell out of East Texas. And we moved to West Texas. So coming out here, I don't know, I've been traveling out here for a decade or so before having moved out here. So it's always been a dream to live out here, and took the chance, and I'm doing it. So, yeah.
That's exciting. I have yet to adventure out to West Texas, but one of my favorite albums has West Texas in the name. It's the Mountain Goats one, All Hail West Texas.
I had a feeling that might have been it. It's a good one.
It's a great one. And it was kind of interesting. The first time I went to Denton, all I could think about was the best ever death metal band out of Denton.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I love that tie.
It's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you been liking Marfa? Like, what's West Texas like? Why is that so hard to say? West Texas.
A lot of W's. Marfa's fun. I mostly stay to myself out here because I'm pretty dang introverted. So if I'm not at home raising the kids, I might be at the shop or like grocery shopping or something. But yeah, it's really cool. It's chill. There's so many people who come through town. There's so many great people who live in town regularly. People might not think that there's a lot to do out here, but like if you love being outside or you love nature, photography, there's like endless amounts of things to do out here, endless amount of things to photograph out here. It's really cool.
That's very cool. I definitely would like to make it out there sometime. Like Armand
You
and
need
I.
to.
Yeah, I want to. Armand and I have talked about road tripping out there sometime because I'd like to go down and visit him and spend some time down there. And before COVID was a thing, we had planned like a couple week road trip adventure, but the world had other plans for us.
Yeah. Well, hopefully y'all will get out here soon.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to be down for PolaCon. I'm planning to make it down this year for that, hell or high water. So.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try really hard to make it also. I was hoping that maybe the Instant Film Society would be down to clown out here in West Texas, and we should do like an installation out here sometime. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be wicked awesome. Well, I mean, there is branching out happening of the Instant Film Society. Like, I mean, PolaCon Bay Area has become a thing mostly because of the tenacity of Brian Brooks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still want to make it out to the Bay Area ones. I haven't made it out that far yet, but
I got to go to the first one, and it was really fucking cool. And it was the last trip I got to take before the world ended. And Yeah, Brian and Mary and I were talking about like how irresponsible we felt about going in the midst of everything that was going on, but we decided, fuck it. This could be the last trip in a while, so we may as well take it. And
it was probably the safest time to travel at that point. Anyway.
It was a weird time to travel, like on the back end of it, but yeah, I think it was a little less crazy than it's gone now. Like I've got some travel coming up next week. I'm going to be going to Toronto for a group show, and then COVID test willing, going to Nashville the week after for some work training, and that's going to be my first time in the U.S. since the start of 2020. So
wow,
yeah,
that's wild. Welcome back, almost.
Almost. I'll definitely be there in September though, for sure. So what got you into photography? Like, what was your start there? What drew you into wanting to play with cameras and film and light money on fire?
Well, when I was really young, I think I was in like 5th or 6th grade, I had the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. with my classmates. And I remember being so pumped because my dad was going to let me take his old Nikon to shoot out there. And, the 35 millimeter camera, safe to roll the film and whatnot. And I remember being one of the only kids out there with like an actual camera, not like a disposable or whatever. And just like frantically like changing my film in like the middle of the Smithsonian Museum. And like it's been downhill ever since then. Like 1993, 4, something like that.
Holy shit. Since. So you've been at it for a while then.
Yeah. I had the opportunity in high school to work on the yearbook at my high school for all 4 years I was there. And we had a dark room. We didn't have digital when I was in high school. I mean, it existed obviously, but we didn't use it for the yearbook at the time. It was just film photography. So I remember finding like refuge in the yearbook room because it was also where the dark room was. And my yearbook teacher was super fucking cool. Shout out Mr. Krause. He's probably not on Instagram. But he taught me so much about, film processing and all that kind of stuff. So really pumped to bring it back.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met a couple of people that like yearbook was what got them into photography and all of that. Mm-hmm. I do have a little bit of regret because like a friend of mine that I went to high school with, she was trying to get me to join the yearbook stuff, and I was like, whatever, nerd. Like, and had I had listened to her back then, I would have had a much more longer history with film than what I have now, but no regrets, right?
Right. That's true. Well, I was also in band in high school, so I was like double nerd yearbook band kid.
What did you play in band?
French horn. Oh, I was really good at it too.
French horn. That was like way too fancy for me. I was one of those like broke ass clarinet kids.
Okay. Yeah, I never owned a horn. The school always had one for me. I wish I owned one. But.
Oh, that's cool. Your school had them. Like our school, I mean, they did have loaner instruments, but they were like sketchy. So like, my parents bought like a used one. Then my little brother ended up inheriting it, and he was way better at clarinet than I ever was. So,
have you played since then?
Not clarinet, no. I used to play bass guitar.
Oh, cool.
In a few punk bands here in BC, and it's been a while since I've played live. Like the last time I played live was like 2008, and it was a ridiculous story, but it was for this punk band, and we had practiced for like months to do, like there was a whole like slew of shows that they had planned, and this was like the very first show that we were supposed to do. And the woman who was like the lead of the band, she was very very much about her, and she needed to be like the star of everything. And I was seeing this Russian woman at the time who was a very terrible influence on me, and we got really drunk before the show. And so I was like a little like not super messy, but like I was talking to the crowd a lot more than she wanted me to, and I was having a good time. It was fun. I didn't fuck up playing at all, and I thought it was like wicked awesome, and I did a great job, and was looking forward
Probably
to like
did.
the next shows. And then like afterwards, she came up and she's like, "Yeah, we're not gonna need your services anymore. You're just a little too punk for us." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're in a goddamn punk band, like, you know."
A little too punk for them.
Yeah, well, I guess like they're more like Green Day than they were like, you know, something like a NoFX or something.
Yeah.
I idolized Fat Mike a little too much for her liking. So
Yeah, I understand. That Mike's cool though.
I appreciate Fat Mike immensely. You know, he's not for everybody though.
Yeah, that's true.
What about you? Do you still play anymore at all?
No, I wish. I would love to source a horn at some point. I stumbled across my old mouthpiece, but it's like I would not touch it probably anymore.
So it's like a biohazard?
Yeah, I don't even know why I kept it. Probably because it was expensive. But, yeah, I would love to come across a horn sometime, but no, I don't play anymore.
You just got to check out like Facebook Marketplace or something. That place has everything.
That's a good point. I have to be more diligent about that.
DJ Tony Snow says, "Sarah, those glasses, you look amazing."
Well, thank you. Zenny Optical.
They are really sweet glasses. I saw them on your Instagrams earlier, and I thought they were really rad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome.
They're huge. I love it.
I haven't elevated yet to like the huge glasses part of my life, but it's something that I've been toying with of like, you know, trying to get there, but you know, just haven't been ready yet.
You'll get there eventually. No rush.
Yeah, one day. So what made you decide to start the Marfa Film Shop?
Well, I was at our local pool, the hotel's pool, last year, and I was having a couple drinks with one of my friends, and I was complaining about how I wish I could get my film developed out here, and how I wish I could just buy film out here. It would just be so convenient because I was shooting like a whole lot last year. I'm like, wow, I don't shoot that much right now. But I was complaining about all that, and my friend was like, well, you should just start your own film shop. And I was like, bet, like, I think I might. And then I've just slowly been piecing it together since then. So, yeah, I'm real excited about it.
So what have been like some of the interesting challenges you've had, like, you know, kicking off a film shop in West Texas?
Well, so far, I was lucky to have the space I have right now because I was officing out of it for my day job that I just quit not too long ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was great. So I had the location, and then I don't know, I had to, like, you know, pull money out of savings and just, like, find wholesalers and make those kinds of relationships with people and, you know, come up with an idea for a store design. Those weren't really, like, super challenging. What's been the most challenging is trying to get the darkroom into my garage. Getting a plumber to come and, you know, install some sink into my garage. That's the hiccup here is anything related to construction because everybody who does it is so busy out here. So.
That's cool. So, like, what's your plan for the darkroom? Are you going to be offering like film development, or is it just for like your own personal use? Or
yeah, it's going to be an extension of the shop for sure. The goal is and has like always been to offer like commercial film processing out here. I know a lot of my friends out here who do shoot film, you know, wish that they had somewhere locally to send their film as opposed to having to send it out. Which I send mine all out to Lone Star Darkroom in Dallas. They've been consistent and just great work, nonstop great work. Between them and Armand and Denton, they've been the only two people who've touched my film in the last, you know, like 6 or 7 years, I guess. I don't know.
It's hard when you find a lab that you trust a lot. You know, big shout out to Lone Star and to the Denton Camera Exchange. I'm in a similar boat with like my own film stuff. Like I still send all my stuff back to Toronto, even though I live in Vancouver now.
So just the goal's been to offer commercial processing, and that's what we're working on. I have all the big pieces. I just have to get those little pieces like plumbing figured out. But I have a feeling it'll all smooth itself out before too long.
Yeah, all in good time. It sounds like you're making the right moves.
Yeah.
So has the store allowed you any opportunity to do any shooting, or have you just been mostly focusing on the store at this point?
I shoot for myself sometimes. I take my nephews out like on walks, or like we went to White Sands because it's just like a 4-hour drive from where we are. And I'll shoot like stuff out there. I did, fingers crossed it all like worked out super good. I did just get a gig with like the Little League teams here in town, and I'm going to be shooting Little League portraits tomorrow, which is really adorable.
That's really cute.
I'm really excited about that. And then I'm going to start partnering with the school to do like commercial shooting and stuff like that too. But other than that, I don't know. I need a creative project. And Michael, if you're watching this, I do owe you that roll of film. We're double shooting film. I've had his camera for over a year. Sorry.
Oh, shit. You better get on that.
It's on my list.
It happens. I get that. I've been having a lot of trouble finding creativity since I moved to Vancouver myself. It's just it's different when you're in a new space.
For sure. How long have you been in BC?
I've been here for a year almost. It'll be a year next month that I've been back in BC, and it's just been different. I didn't realize how much of my practice was sort of tied to access to like the labs and things out in Toronto, and not having easy access to that has like changed my relationship with my cameras a little bit. And also like I had some really good collaborators out there too that were a lot of fun to work with. And so slowly kind of finding that again out here. Like I'm in this studio space now, which is in an old motel, which has been interesting because like they've converted this motel into an artist's lodge kind of thing. So the 70 odd motel rooms that were here are all now different studio spaces, and lots of different creatives here, like more photographers, videographers, tattoo artists, fashion designers, painters, like the whole gamut, which is kind of interesting. So I think it'll be that'll help a little bit, and just getting settled in the space a little bit more. Like when they gave me the keys in January, this was a really funky, disgusting motel room that you could tell had been around since the 50s, and it had seen some shit.
Yeah. Well, nice to have a space.
Yeah, it is nice to have a space, and like the long-term goal with it, I kind of ran out of steam. Like once I finished renovating the main space, is I'd like to build a dark room in the bathroom so that I could do printing again. Because, I miss printing. Like, that was just such a cathartic thing to do, to just, like, sit basking in the red light, fucking around, trying to, like, make prints work out and stuff. And, I haven't done that since, sometime in 2020 was the last time I did it, I think.
Gotta set it up, dude. Do it again.
Yeah, I've got all the stuff. I just need the motivation.
I totally understand that. Totally understand that.
Yeah, it's like, why does motivation seem so much harder to find as you get older?
I don't know. I'm so much more interested in sleep nowadays,
Sleep is the best.
It's like going to be my bedtime in an hour or two.
I'm a little jealous that you can have that kind of consistency. I'm terrible at like going to bed at a decent time, because I'm like I'm an overthinker and a ruminator. So when it's bedtime, I'll be like, I'm totally ready for bed, and then I'll like get all settled in, and I've got to wear this stupid machine because I like stop breathing in the middle of the night. And so I get all that fitted, and I'm like totally ready for bed. And then I'll just think of something stupid that happened in the day. And it's like, all right, we're just going to like spin around on this for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm going to bed right now. Huh?
Yeah. It's like, oh, you thought you were going to go to sleep, but no, you're going to think about this thing that you can't change anything about right now, but it's going to like consume you until you pass out from exhaustion.
Yeah. You're going to fixate on it till, I understand that. I do that sometimes too.
It's the best, right?
Super productive for my mental health.
Yeah. My therapist would probably disagree with that. But, now I got to find a new one because my old one lives on the other side of the country. So, therapy is important if you have access to it, and everyone should. And that's a real shame that it's not as openly available as it should be.
For sure. Yeah, I'm in between therapists because I just quit my day job, which means, lack of insurance and money.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, it's different in the States with that, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't have health insurance right now. So, knock on wood that, it's going to be fine. But I just keep saying, it's going to be fine.
So do they have like things for like small business owners and stuff like that where you can get like affordable like healthcare insurance or things like that?
Honestly, I'm sure. I haven't looked into it. I applied on the marketplace and then it told me to call a number, and then I called the number, but it was like, I don't understand. So I haven't had to buy insurance in a really long time because I've been lucky enough to have like insurance to the same job that I've had for the last, 7 years. And figuring it out now is a headache. So that's why I don't have.
So you quit a job after 7 years. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, I was actually ready. That's part of the reason also why I opened the film shop. The company I was working for went through a buyout. And those are always so stressful when you're working for a company and they get bought out by a different company. And I don't know, we were a super small tech company and it just, a lot changed and I wasn't feeling good about, sticking with the same thing. I'd previously wanted to retire with the company, great benefits, good money. I can make my own hours, but nope. Wanted to do this full time.
And it's also different too when like companies do get bought out, like cultures change and things like that. Like I kind of went through something like that in my last job, and it's just weird how like a thing like that just upsets everything.
For sure. But I don't know if you can hear the background noise. There's a lot of trucks going by.
Yeah, that sounded like a big truck.
It was a huge one. I was like, whoa.
Did it have truck nuts, though? That's the important part.
I hope it did not.
Or like Let's Go Brandon bumper sticker or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, we don't have too much of that out here. All around, though, I don't know. Every time I drive anywhere, there it is. Ooh.
Yeah, we have that stuff here in Canada too, but they're a little less clever with it. In Canada, they say "truck Trudeau," right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's very proud of that somewhere.
It's good job.
So, Marfa, I'm guessing, is probably a little bit more of like a liberal kind of place than in Texas. A lot like Denton and stuff like that, or.
Yeah. The majority of the folks here vote Democrat and are registered Democrat. A lot of the people who live on the border of Texas, like the border towns, those are a lot of blue counties. It's just like, central and everything else is just Yeah, it's pretty. I say it's probably way more liberal, if you will, than Denton. Denton votes pretty red. Denton's
Really?
got a lot of old white mean people there. So.
Man, old white people. When are they gonna die?
I know.
That was just me.
Someday soon. Not soon enough.
I somewhat apologize to all the old white people that may or may not be listening right now.
Hopefully you don't vote red. I don't know what to say about that. Having right.
It's kind of an interest. Yeah. That's like a whole interesting thing, like all that kind of stuff. Cause it's just like, when did we just stop being decent to each other?
Right.
Like, it's okay to have a difference of opinion, but like I just wish we could stop being dicks to each other,
Yeah. One day, maybe.
Yeah. One day, maybe. It's like, what did Tommy Wiseau in the room say? Like, if only people could love each other a little bit more, the world would be a better place.
I don't know.
But I think like creativity helps a bit, like people being able to express themselves through different mediums, and have access to outlets and be supported in those outlets. Leaves a little less room for like douchebaggery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm kind of hoping on like the back end of this collective experience we've all been going through, we'll see some sort of like, I don't know, like cultural renaissance or something where some cool shit will start getting made.
That would be cool. I mean, just like that or the race wars, right?
I mean, the funny thing with the race wars is like, white people think they're the shit, but like when you look at the like, different race, like they're kind of a minority now. Like there's a lot more mixed people than white people out there. And yeah, it's just sort of like assumed superiority, I guess, just because,
Yeah. It's a lot of things that are not great, but
yeah, it's just kind of like white people are like O'Doyle from Billy Madison, where it's just like O'Doyle rules.
Exactly. They just have to keep repeating it to themselves, or else it's not true.
Yeah, exactly. Or like guys who drive big trucks because they want everyone to know they have the largest, meatiest penises out there.
That's hilarious, especially out here, especially in Texas, because so many people I know drive trucks.
It's the doozy driving Miatas that you probably have to watch out for.
Yeah, maybe. Lots of dudes you watch out for.
Yes, I mean, yeah. Dudes are pretty problematic. It's been like more so lately. Yeah. I mean, humans are too. Like everyone has the capacity to be pretty shitty to each other,
Agreed. Humans are super problematic.
Yeah, we kind of are, right? Like, I heard this conspiracy theory that I find kind of amusing because some people believe that like human beings were sent to Earth as like a punishment because like wherever we came from, we were so shitty that they're like, nah, you can't be here anymore. And just like they sort of used Earth as like a large Australia. And they're like, you just fucking go over here and do whatever and like leave this other place alone because you suck at existing. And like we've been left unchecked, and we've definitely proven we sort of suck at existing.
Yeah, for sure. Look at the world we're ruining.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say like we're ruining the world, because like the world will heal itself at some point once its ability to sustain life for us sort of ceases and we're not here anymore. The Earth will, a few 100 million years from now, sort of probably feel the same as she did before we showed up on the scene. Yeah, fingers crossed, there's always hope, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, but also like the thing that's interesting with that is like we have this like innate ability to destroy things, but we also have this like, equally amazing and unique ability to create amazing things of beauty. So it's just like, I don't know. We're very odd creatures that way.
For sure.
Yeah. What's been one of your most favorite projects you've ever worked on?
Probably when I lived in Denton, I had an online publication called The Dentonite, and that was probably hands down one of my favorite projects that I've ever gotten to work on with a community, and got to learn about myself, a lot about myself by doing that. And yeah, I don't know. Did you ever get the chance to look at that or hear about that? Or
yeah, I did check it out and I heard about it. It was very cool.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun to work on. I never figured out how to pay people for working for a publication, but that was really hard for me to do while I was working a full-time job too. So we just dissolved it, but it was a lot of fun while it lasted. I think community journalism might be a really whatever topic here. I think it's important. I think it's important for people to understand what's going on in their communities, especially when there's like a lack of reporting on things that people want to hear from like their local news outlet,
Yeah, that is a really good point, because a lot of people focus on like news outside of their like local community. Like it's like what's going on in other parts of the world, what's going on in other parts of the country. And, people aren't as aware of what's happening, like, down the street from them or like in the same city. So, yeah. And I think like independent outlets like that are very important too. 'Cause like, I'm sure it's similar in the States, but like, most of our media stuff here in Canada is, owned by like the same conglomerate. So even though they are different newspapers with differing opinions, they all have the same daddy. And, most of those daddies vote conservative.
Yeah. Just a little.
just a little bit, old money bleeds red.
Yeah, it's very similar here. There's a couple of different, semi-conservative to ultra-conservative daddies holding all the newspapers and news stations, but there's still a lot of, independent outlets out there too that get the job done, I think. Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's important to have that out there. Do you think like once you get a little more settled with the film shop that you might get back into journalism at some point, or just focused on? No,
No, I'm done.
That ship sailed.
Yeah, journalism anymore just seems ultra depressing for me, and a story for us another time.
That sounds like a beers and tacos story.
Yeah.
Or just like maybe like whiskey.
Yes, please.
Well, if you end up at PolaCon, we can definitely make that happen.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm going to try to.
That would be super rad. Like it, I missed Bay Area this year, and that was the first time I felt FOMO since all this shit started. And I forgot how much it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, FOMO does suck. That's how I felt for the last couple of PolaCons I couldn't be at. And I'm like, ooh, I wanted to be there.
I know. Everyone missed you.
Excuse me. It was nice being able to see everybody's pictures and stories, though, and kind of like be there but not there. So, I don't know. I'll be there hopefully this year.
Fingers crossed. Or maybe we'll just have to like drive out to Marfa and kidnap you.
Yes, y'all drive all the way out here, grab me, take me back to Dallas.
So you're building a dark room and you're going to be doing like film processing there. Do you have any other like big plans that you are at liberty to discuss with the film shop, or things that are top secret?
I'm just trying to take it, I don't know, day by day, and I'm trying to branch out of the actual space as much as possible. So I'm trying to do like instant film photo booths and things like that, where I just go, set up a backdrop and take people's instant picture in front of it. Usually I have the Instax. I actually have a photo walk tonight where people can rent the cameras, and then we walk down San Antonio Street right before the sunset.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just film processing and all that fun stuff. Hopefully, I don't know if I mentioned, I'm financing a scanner, a Noritsu scanner, that does, 35. It's like more expensive than my car payment, which is ridiculous. But I'm pumped, and I think it'll be something that'll really help push the services that we're going to offer out here. Also, I can't wait to rescan all of my negatives.
Yeah, I mean, like, Noritsu's the shit. Like, you're not fucking around there.
Trying to make it I quit my job so I can do this. I want it to work out. I really want it to work out. So be on the lookout if anybody's trying to send their film out anywhere in the next couple of months. Nope, not DSLR scanning. We'll be doing scanning with the Noritsu.
So is that 35 mil only, or can you do medium format with that too?
You can do 120 with it as well.
Nice.
And I have plenty of flatbed scanners, and I think I might actually look into the DSLR scanning, like what Paul mentioned, for like 4x5s and like larger formats and stuff like that. So
yeah, there's that like negative supply. They make like a rig for that kind of stuff, or you can just like cannibalize an old enlarger and steal the copy stand from it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then just get a light source.
Familiarize myself with all that. So.
Yeah, I keep telling myself I'm going to do that, and then there's just so many projects, not enough time.
Yeah, that is fact.
That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't know you could finance those things.
I got really lucky when I was looking for it. I'd probably been looking for it for about 2 months, and then I found it, and then I found an option with, I was able to finance it, which is ridiculous. And I wish I just had endless amounts of money so I wouldn't be paying, like 30% extra on the total ticket here.
Oh,
but,
shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because I'm a new business, so I have couldn't run like my credit, like my business credit. I don't know how it works.
Oh, so you have to run it on your own.
Mm-hmm. But it is whatever. I have it. It's in my house. I have everything I need. Just send me all the good vibes for a plumber.
You need those good plumber vibes.
I need the plumbing vibes, please.
So, like, for the film processing, are you just going to be doing that by hand, or are you going to be getting, like, a processor for that stuff, too?
I have a Jobo unit that I'm going to be using. Pretty pumped about that. Seems very simple. I've never used one before, but I've watched hours worth of videos about it. So, yeah, once I get that water in there, baby, then I can set that Jobo up. I can start processing. I'm so excited.
That's wicked awesome.
Thank you.
It sounds like it's really coming together.
Yes, it is. Slowly but surely.
It's got to feel really good, when something that you've invested a lot of time in, you can start seeing some fruition from it.
Yeah, for sure.
So what have been some of the more popular things that you sell in the film shop?
Well, I cannot keep color 35 millimeter film in stock. They just sells out so quickly. Like, I guess I have some Portra 400 left, but I sell out of 800 like that. I sell out of E100 really quick. I sell out of all of my instant film cameras. Like, I've sold out of all of my Lomo instant cameras, all of my Polaroids. I just made a huge reorder last week from like 4 different wholesalers. So I'll be getting more stuff. I'm extra broke right now. Just kidding. But yeah, no, we sell a lot of everything, honestly, like films. People want films, nonstop film, and shirts that say Marfa. I don't know, if you want a shirt that says Marfa, I also have that here. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might just have to hit you up on that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to come to Marfa to get a Marfa shirt. Like,
I agree. You should come to Marfa to get the Marfa shirt.
Yeah, because I think I would feel I wouldn't feel good about like wearing a shirt about a place that I haven't been before.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Unless I had like a massive Marfa fetish and it's like, all I could think about was Marfa, and it's just like, it was like my life's dream to go to Marfa. It's like, I have like Marfa like pin flags in my room and like,
I'll tell you what, once you get your plans to come out here, I'll mail you a shirt like 2 weeks before you come out here so you can like get really pumped up about West Texas.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. I'm down for that. Where is it here? I feel like Dan says legendary chat. He can't stick around for long, but he wanted to say hi. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate you popping in, man. Have you checked out any of Dan's work?
I am horrible at speaking on the moment. I have no idea. I probably have because I creep on everybody on Instagram, but I couldn't speak to anybody's specific work at the moment.
Dan's a new young up and comer in the game, and yeah, he's part of that like next generation of like instant photographer that is going to replace all of us.
Nice. Okay, well then I'll for sure have to check out Dan so he can teach me what's going on in a couple of years.
Yeah, he's like been mad getting into like 4x5 stuff, and I admire that immensely because like large format is psychotic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I still am dreaming about buying an 8x10 at some point. That's the long-term dream.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? I want one too, but I haven't the time for it right now.
Yeah, I guess it's hard when you have to spend so much time on the business and stuff. You can't really get out and work on like other projects and things.
Yeah.
Have you thought about adding like a studio component to the shop at some point?
It'd be nice. I don't have the room for it right here.
Oh, okay.
Just have like 100 square feet. What's that?
It looks so cool in there, though.
Thank you. I think it looks cool too. It's due for a good re-merchandise, and that's what I'm gonna do when I get all my orders in. So I love it in here, though.
Yeah, I can see you being very proud of that space. That's a very cool space.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
You're most welcome. That's so cool. And you said the photo walk's tonight?
Yeah, I have a photo walk at 8. I actually just saw 3 folks walk by, and I'm like, is that my group for tonight? I don't know. Maybe they're early if they are. So.
And so, like, is that going to be like a consistent thing you're going to do? Is just offer these photo walk adventures, or?
Yeah, I think so. I have a group on Saturday that I'm taking out as well. People email me and text me about it, so I'm happy to do all those things and book those for people who are interested, even if it's not available online. But yeah, I think so. I like doing the photo walk. They're fun.
That's cool. Do you post about any of this on, like, do you have like a website for the film shop, or just mostly Instagram, or?
Yeah, I do. The website is marfafilmshop.com. And I probably update Instagram more than anything.
Okay.
But you can book the photo walk or however through the website too. So.
All right. So, yeah, if you want to check out more, visit www.marfafilmshop.com. MarfaFilmshop.com.
Yeah.
You need to get like a jingle going for it. It's like MARFA.
Now, oh dang it! Now I'm gonna have that. What is that? Oh shit! I can hear it in my head, but I can't say it out loud. That 2-300 Empire.
Oh man, I remember that ad because like I had to watch a lot of American ads growing up, and like I don't remember where it's from, but I remember the Empire part. Like fuck.
Yeah. 1-800-235 Empire. I don't know. There's a TikTok, like Google that number plus TikTok, and there's like a whole bunch of people like breaking it down, like the 2-300 Empire today, and it's like 2-300 Empire. It'll just start.
I think that gets. What is it? Is this the right button? Zenna called it here. 1-800-588-2300 Empire. But what were they? What did they sell?
Carpet, maybe?
Yeah, it was. Was it carpet cleaning or new carpets? I don't know. We need to find out now. Where is it here?
Console Google.
Yeah, we're going to check out Google. 1-800. Sorry, I just have to like move to use my computer here.
Yeah, I can't. My mouse is not even charged. Flooring. They just said.
Yeah, here we go. 800-588-2300 Empire today. Let me see if I can play this shit. If it'll be. Oh wait, yeah. Wait, no. I think I know how to do this. Just.
You play that jingle, it's gonna get me rowdy. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's happening. We're gonna. I think I can do this with this like new fancy pantsy recording machine. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't fuck it all up, but let's see what happens here. There we go. Rodecaster Pro Stereo. Okay. I think we. Is this it? Is it happening? Hello, Internet.
800-588-2300
Empire. That's so good. Is this, someone made a logo history of Empire. It's like a 5-minute video. Why?
Oh.
No, we don't need that. Why do we need a 5-minute video of that? And there's an 8-minute video of all of the Empire commercials from 1979 to 1983.
Excuse me, that's a long time. Dang.
Yeah. That's wild. This Rodecaster thing is kind of fucking cool. I guess it was worth wasting a whole bunch of money on. Where is it here? Shades.
What?
Yeah, flooring. Yeah, it was cool. Someone's like, they sold empires. That would be hilarious if like, they sold empires. I think like Donald Trump would be their number one customer. Look, I called for the Empire package and it was supposed to be great and it was supposed to be totally good. And, Joe Biden took it away from me, you guys. You're crooks. You're criminals.
Oh, man, you do a great Trump.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting for JFK Jr. to come back and take his rightful place as the president of the United States.
Oh, Lord, help us all. Was a real that happened.
Yeah. I think that, like, really sort of, it killed a lot of hope that I had about like humanity, that people actually believed these dead people were going to come back from the grave. And it's like, look, we've all watched enough Walking Dead to know that you don't want dead people to come back, let alone run the fucking country.
Like, do you think zombie Robert Kennedy is going to be cool? Like, what the fuck? Like, I try not to comprehend that because it just hurts.
It's not comprehensible at all. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Reprehensible, not comprehensible.
Oh, it is reprehensible. I think they deserve this noise, though. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think this is one. I need to program this into like my sound thing, so it's like here all the time. But they deserve this.
Yes, that should be on the soundboard for sure.
It should. You know where that's from, though, right?
I've heard that sound about 100,000 times, but no. What's the origin?
Okay. I'm going to find the theme song that it goes to. And maybe that will. Let him know what he's won.
There you go. That's great. Okay, yeah, that is that sound.
Yeah, it's when people lose, you know. It's weird to me now, though, that Drew Carey runs this show.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Because, like, if anyone could come back from the dead, it should be Bob Barker to just run The Price is Right forever. Like, ever.
Where's that conspiracy theory when you need it?
Exactly. You know, that's the only zombie person I'll approve of is Bob Barker to come back and run The Price is Right until they just like chain him up so he can't bite people, but give him the mic, you know. And I always loved that mic he had. It was like always so weird, that big like long antenna looking thing, you know. Mm-hmm. If there's any proof that celebrities are aliens, that microphone was it.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. The things were aliens.
Oh, someone, Waster of Silver said, not zombies. Kennedy, Elvis, and Tupac are hanging out waiting to come back.
I hope.
I mean, apparently, like, I saw a thing on TikTok recently that there was an Elvis sighting.
I don't believe it.
I mean, it's totally plausible. It could be. And also, like, there's some other, like, rapper out there that apparently is Tupac. He, like, had his tattoos stripped off and, like, grew dreadlocks and shit. And he's still alive, making rap music.
Who knows? Maybe.
It's totally plausible.
Oh, my Photowalk people are here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
I appreciate you spending some time with me on the chat here. I'm going to have Mr. Mocha walk us out.
Yeah.
And thanks everyone for tuning in and spending some time. Join us next week. We're going to have Olivia Sharp on here, chatting with us. I can't remember where she's from now, but Olivia Sharp will be here. And I think it's going to be a fun chat. I'm going to be doing it from Toronto, so it'll be a little different. I won't be able to like play show jingles from Toronto, but you'll just have to wait until I'm back in Vancouver. But thank you so much, Sarah, for joining, and thank you everyone for hanging out with us. And this is a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in person soon.
Yeah, soon. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
No problem. I hope you have a great photo walk. I'm excited to hear how it goes, and yeah, looking forward to hanging out.
I'll text you afterwards.
Sounds good. All right, take care, everyone, and have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.